My first public video on this channel is about a fellow who went by the name The Sugar Dad on Twitter. They would tweet out multiple times a day about how they were giving away some absurd amount of money to multiple people, but only if they liked and or retweeted the tweet. There was scarce little evidence of this guy actually giving out money, aside from the handful of screenshots he constantly retweeted, and a now deleted video by a girl going by Scar1Joe on YouTube. Even with this seemingly tangible evidence provided by Miss Scar, the sugar dad was found out to be a fraud and eventually left Twitter in disgrace. I made a video about that as well, and speculated that the account may have been owned and run by a Mr. Joe Vargas in some harebrained viral marketing scheme to draw attention to his CBD oil business in Las Vegas. Even with my speculation and Scar's maybe not fake video, which is probably fake considering she deleted it, the sugar dad's identity was nebulous. No one knows the truth behind it, except for Scar and potentially Joe Vargas as well. Either way, neither of them were willing to spill the full deets. Why am I bringing up this year-old video? Well, it seems like the sugar dad has returned and taken on a new form. When I say the sugar dad has returned, I don't mean it literally. The account is still private and empty. It seems like someone else has taken up the mantle of Twitter's lotto machine, and that man is Jeffree Star. I mentioned in my second video about the sugar dad that I didn't exactly like what he was doing. Giving people empty hopes of paying their rent or groceries or even a part of their medical bills all so you could draw attention to your business is definitely a dick move, and it seems Mr. Star is attempting to do the same. If you somehow don't know who Jeffree Star is, I don't have time to explain, sorry. All you need to know is that this man cannot stay out of scandals. From saying the N-word to defending pedophiles to trying to ruin a fellow YouTuber's entire career, there's a lot there spanning several years. You would think after verifiably doing so many terrible things, he wouldn't have a career in any industry, but that's sadly not the case. Much like Keemstar, Jeffree seems to be one of the many cockroaches in the basement that is YouTube. Roaches! Despite both having long careers of garbage behavior, they seem to be uncancelable, and their careers have remained more or less intact. Still though, public opinion of Jeffree Star these days is edging on the side of negative. Aside from his sycophants and drag queens in need of publicity, no one really wants anything to do with him. His makeup isn't selling as well as it used to, often being found in discount stores like Marshall's and TJ Maxx, and his videos aren't doing as well either. But if there's one thing to be learned from the Shane Dawson-produced Reputation Flex Seal that was his docuseries on Jeffree, it's that Mr. Star has lots of eggs in many baskets, and two of those baskets breaking won't affect him very much. He's a terrible person, but still a very good businessman. Recently, Mr. Star has put out a few tweets reminiscent of the sugar dad. Retweet this tweet and I'll pick a random person to give a large sum of money to. Now it's different. We know who he is in that he has the money, so we know he's gonna follow through with it. And to his credit, he does. But it's still bad. Where the nameless, faceless sugar dad's intent with his fake money giveaways can only be speculated on, we know why Jeffree's doing it, and it's purely to repair his image. By many people, he's seen as a racist pedo apologist who wanted to ruin a kid's career with the help of his pals a year ago, because he was getting more successful than him. Which is, a bad look. Do you know what isn't a bad look? Charity. Selfless giving, just because you want to help the low, huddled masses. Here's the thing. Jeffree definitely has the resources and know-how to start a non-profit of some sort for whatever cause he wanted, and he could probably run it very successfully given the success of his other business ventures. But starting entire 501c3 companies takes so much time and paperwork and doesn't deliver any instant clout. Twitter giveaways do, however. Here, everyone will see Jeffree is so generous and giving to those in need, but I think we know by now that's not the case. The whole ordeal feels extremely scummy. It's almost as if he's trying to win one over on his detractors by making them essentially grovel before him and beg for his money. Miss Jeffree Lynn is the queen, and we are her lowly subjects. In the replies of these tweets, it's almost like a contest to see whose life is more miserable, and therefore more deserving of money from a racist, and it's really sad to see. I wish people didn't feel like they had to beg an internet makeup man just to feed their kids, but that's where we're at apparently. Yes, I know he's donated buttloads of money to charities in the past, and while that's great and all, I don't see why he can't just keep doing that. From a cursory Google search, he's donated to the LGBT Center of Los Angeles and some Australian wildlife charities. All of that is great, and he got his name in the headlines for it, but it still doesn't get him trending on Twitter for 24 hours. If you ever thought Jeffree Star wanted to help anyone other than himself, you're dead wrong. If he wanted to help people so much, he could use his real estate know-how to buy old properties right in his community, fix them up, and set them up as shelters for the homeless population of Ventura County where he resides. He could set up a scholarship program at a local cosmetology school and donate his makeup and expertise as a makeup artist to help the disadvantaged youth who want to be just like him. For God's sakes, with the amount of capital he has, he could do all of that and so much more if he really wanted to repair his image and still have millions to spare. But why do any of that when you can get a sprinkle of attention and clout on Twitter.com? As evidenced by this video, all Jeffree wants out of this is his name in people's mouths and minds, and, well, he got it. I will admit, I used to be a fan of his. I was enamored by the docuseries and started watching every video he put out after. I wasn't into his music because I have taste, and I wasn't into his makeup because why buy one product for almost $20 when a less than $10 tube of NYX lipstick does the job just fine? But I was into him. He has personality and some charm, and the life he portrays in his videos isn't exactly one that I want, but still one that I like to look at. His videos have appeal. Not enough for me to continue to support someone who uses black people as props to pretend he isn't racist anymore, though. Sorry, Miss Jeffree Lynn. Some people, however, are willing to look past this, either because they don't care about his problematic past and present, or because they actually like it, or because they're at the end of their ropes and have exhausted every other means of financial support, and the only option they have left is begging a celebrity. I guess I can't police how people try to remedy their unfortunate financial situations, and people will do what they gotta do to survive, but I just wish people would think twice before begging from a literal racist. And yeah, I know this video probably won't do much to sway public opinion of Jeffree. His stans will keep buying his products and watching every video he makes, and his detractors will likely agree with what I've said in this video. But instead of idly hoping that someone talks about this, I decided to do it myself. It is worth mentioning that fellow YouTuber Tiffany Ferg has a few videos on this topic, and they're worth watching for further reading, so to speak. So, check them out. That's all I have for now. Thanks for watching.